I dig the holes that no one wants to dig. Don't matter if you're small, don't matter if you're big. Every man who ever walked this delta ground eventually finds his way to where I'm found.
The gravedigger knows what the living won't say. The gravedigger knows who you really were that day.
Fancy words get spoken at the edge of the hole,
but the gravedigger knows
what was in your soul. I dug for the preacher, and I dug for the thief,
dug for the rich man and his unbelieving grief.
The ground don't care what name was on the stone.
The gravedigger gives
everyone
a home.
People look away when they see me in town,
like death might follow me, like a familiar hound.
but I'm just a man
who makes the last bed right.
The
Gravedigger turns off
the very last light.
Someday someone's gonna dig one for me too.
Hope they take the time,
the same way that I do,
level and exact,
and deep enough to keep the gravedigger finally
going to sleep.
6 feet down,
same for all of us.
the gravedigger knows. Years of knocking at the door in the dark. Every baby born in this delta left a mark on these hands that caught them and these ears that heard the first sound any of us ever stirred. The midwife's lullaby ain't got no words, just the sound of breathing and the song of the first birds. After the screaming stops and the quiet comes back in, the midwife's lullaby is where life begins. Held the babies of the babies that I held before. 3 generations coming through the same front door called me by my name like I was family too. The midwife's lullaby played the whole Delta through. Some nights the baby didn't cry, and I stood still, held the mother through the silence and the chill. Those are the nights I carry different from the rest. The midwife's lullaby failed its hardest test. Retired now, but my hands still remember how. Can't pass a crying child without a certain vow to listen close and make sure everything's alright. The midwife's lullaby plays on through the night, still listening, always listening for that first sound.
We've been sitting on this bench since 1942. Me and Clarence watching what the Delta seasons do. Don't always talk, sometimes we just sit and know. 2 old men on a bench watching summers go. 2 old men on a bench, most of life behind. 2 old men on a bench, nothing left to find that we haven't already found or let go by. 2 old men on a bench under the same sky. Lost his wife in 61, I lost mine in 4. We cried once apiece and never spoke of it more. Some things between men live in the sitting still. 2 old men on a bench always will. Young folks pass and look at us like we're already past. Can't know yet that the slowest things are what will last. We were young and fast and hungry just like them. 2 old men on a bench remembering when. parents didn't come last Tuesday to our place. I sat alone and felt the cold inside his space. Went to see him Friday, and he's still around. Two old men on a bench, still on the ground, still here, still sitting. Don't need to say much anymore.
Sisters left in 41 for Chicago and Detroit. Brothers followed 43 to every northern point. Mama needed someone, and I was the one who stayed. The town she never left was the price I gladly paid, or so I told myself. The town she never left is smaller every year. The town she never left is mostly grief from here. People I grew up with, just a name upon a stone. The town she never left became her own. Letters came from Chicago, full of snow and wage. I wrote back about the garden and the turning of the age. Kept the news light so they wouldn't feel the weight of the town she never left through the passing of the late. I don't say I regret it, because regret's a lie. I say I made a choice beneath a certain sky, and choices have their colors, and I've lived inside mine. The town she never left poured itself like wine, some sweet, some bitter, mostly both. Mama's been gone 20 years. This autumn passed. The thing that kept me here dissolved into the last. But I am of this ground now, rooted past the bone. The town she never left became my only home. Still here, still rooted. The town never left me either.
Check the mailbox every morning, just in case. 6 years since I've seen my youngest face. Postman knows me now by my particular look. The son who didn't write, Lord, that's the hardest book. The son who didn't write, I make excuses still. Tell the neighbors he's busy working hard uphill. But lying to yourself gets easy with the years. The son who didn't write has cost me quiet tears. Don't know what I did or didn't do or say. Tried to trace it back to some particular day. Can't find the moment that it all went wrong. The son who didn't write was gone before he'd gone. I keep his picture by the lamp beside my bed. Talk to it sometimes just to keep the feeling fed. Tell him what the weather's doing. Tell him I'm all right. The son who didn't write hears me every night. If you're somewhere reading this, I want you to know the door is what it always was. The light is on below. I'm not angry anymore. I'm just an old man here. The son who didn't write, I love you, boy, come near. Door's still open, lights still on. Found a box of letters in my father's bottom drawer, addressed and stamped and sealed, but never walked to the door. 23 of them in order of the year, letters never sent, the things he couldn't clear his throat to say. Letters never sent, sitting in the dark. Letters never sent, closer than a mark on any page he wrote when he could bear to read them. Letters never sent, the words he couldn't free them. his brother after the falling out. One was to my mother from a period of doubt. One was to me dated 1984. I was 9 years old. I'll never read that more without falling apart. We walk around with everything we mean to say, thinking there'll be time, thinking there's another day. My father's box of letters is the proof it isn't so. Letters never send is how too many people go. I sat down that evening and I wrote out what I'd held, every unsaid thing my silence had withheld. Sealed them, walked outside, and put them in the box. Letters never sent no more. I picked the locks. Say it while you can, say it while they're here. Letters never sang. Stood at the bus stop in his Sunday shoes, 18 years old, carrying his daddy's blues. Government said come, and so my boy said yes. Sharecropper's boy in a uniform and crest. Sharecropper's boy going off to war. Sharecropper's boy, what are you going for? This country hadn't given us much of anything, but my boy said, sir, and meant it. That's the thing. His mama pressed his collar 7 times that morn, looking for something to do so she wouldn't be torn. Opened by the watching of him walk away. Sharecropper's boy leaving on a Tuesday day. I shook his hand because I didn't know what else. Men in the Delta keep their feelings to themselves, but I held it longer than I ever held before. Sharecropper's boy walking out my door. Came back 14 months later, quieter and straight. Never told us what he saw, what he learned of fate. Just sat on the porch for a week and then went back to the road. Sharecropper's boy, there are things I'll never know. Still proud, always been proud. Sharecropper's boy. Tried to make a cornbread from the way I remembered it. Got the iron skillet hot the way she used to sit. Hit on the stove and wait for just the right degree. But Mama's recipe lives somewhere inside a sheet. Mama's recipe ain't written anywhere. Mama's recipe lives only in the air. Above the stove where she stood for 40 years. Mama's recipe, I'm cooking through my tears. Called my sister saying, does it need more salt? She said, I don't remember. Maybe that's our fault for never watching close enough while we still could. Mama's recipe, we thought it'd always be good for the asking. Pulled it from the oven and I cut a piece to taste. Something close but not quite right about the space between what I remember and what my hands could do. Mama's recipe needs Mama to come through. Ate it anyway and sat there in the quiet. Told myself it wasn't bad, no need to riot. But what I tasted more than cornbread was the years. Mama's recipe is seasoned best with tears. Almost right, close enough to hurt. Mama's recipe. Years of standing behind this leather chair, scissors in my hand and everybody's secrets in the air. Men will tell a barber what they won't tell a priest. Something about the mirror makes the truth released. Barber's chair confessions, I have heard them all. Barber's chair confessions through the spring and fall. Nobody pays me for the listening that I do. Barber's chair confessions, everything is true. Deacon told me once about a woman, not his wife. Looked me in the mirror like I held his afterlife. I I just kept on cutting, and I didn't say a word. Barber's chair confessions. Some things shouldn't be heard beyond this room. I carry half this town inside my quiet head. Things that cannot be unsaid or unfelt or unread. From a face I'm watching in a 2-foot square of glass. Barber's chair confessions come to pass. Young man sat down just last week, barely grown. Told me he was scared of everything he'd known. I said, son, that's just being alive and new. Barber's chair confessions, I was scared too. Still cutting, still listening. Barber's chair confessions. Never leave this room. Came to find you on a Tuesday in November rain. Didn't bring an umbrella, felt right to share the plane. Discomfort of the weather with the ground you're under now. Rain on my father's grave. I made a kind of vow. Rain on my father's grave, falling soft and true. Rain on my father's grave. I got things to tell you. Couldn't say them when you lived, not sure exactly why. Rain on my father's grave. Under a November sky, turned out more like you than either of us planned. Found myself last Tuesday with my grandson's hand in mine, exactly like the way you used to hold. Rain on my father's grave. Now the story is told. We were proud men, you and I, too proud sometimes to say the things that needed saying at the end of every day. I understand it now, because I've done the same. Rain on my father's grave. We both played that game. I forgive the things I swore I'd hold against you long. Not for your sake now, but mine to carry on. I stood there till my shoes were soaked and the light was thin. Rain on my father's grave. I'm your son again, still your son, always was. Rain on my father's grave. I've been hard my whole life. That's what this Delta does. Hard work and hard weather and hard love, because that's what they handed me. And I handed down the line. First grandchild blues came and rearranged my spine. First grandchild blues, nothing I expected. First grandchild blues, every wall deflected. 7 pounds of someone looking up at me. First grandchild blues, Lord, who did I used to be? My daughter put her in my arms and stepped aside. I hadn't held a baby since the year she was inside. The world I built with everything I thought was hard. First grandchild blues, she tore right through my guard. I cried and I'm not ashamed to say I did. Hadn't cried in 20 years, not since a kid. Something about a new life in your weathered hand makes a man feel things he didn't know he'd planned on feeling anymore. She's 3 years old now, calls me by name. No one's ever called me, and it sounds the same as music every time. It sounds like being new. First grandchild blues, she made me someone too. She calls me grandpa. Never knew a word could weigh that much. First grandchild blues. Worked the same job 23 years, running straight, never late, never absent, never gave them reason to debate. The day I left, they had a cake, and somebody said my name. The man nobody noticed, that was my life's claim. The man nobody noticed, passing through the room. The man nobody noticed, underneath the bloom of other people's stories, taking all the air. The man nobody noticed, I was always there. Neighbors know my face, but not one thing beside. I've lived my life in something like a comfortable hide. Not from sadness, just from how the world arranges. The man nobody noticed makes no rearranges. But I noticed everything, I want that to be known. I noticed every season in the yard I've mowed and grown. Noticed every child that passed and every dog in light. The man nobody noticed missed nothing in his sight. When I'm gone, I won't expect a crowd to fill the hall. Maybe 2 or 3 who thought of me at all. That's enough to say a life was lived and known by some. The man nobody noticed, that was me. And I'm not done. Still here, still noticing. The man nobody noticed sees everything. Used to be a town here, used to be a school, used to be a church house with its Sunday rule. Used to be 100 families on this stretch of road. Now it's just this last house carrying the load. Last house on the road, windows still lit. Last house on the road, I refuse to quit. Every other building given back to vine and time. Last house on the road, this broken house is mine. Son calls every Sunday saying, "Daddy, come up north." I tell him I'm still needed here, whatever that is worth. Can't explain to someone young what keeping means to old. Last house on the road in the Delta cold. Maybe I'm the marker so that someone passing by can see that people lived here under the same sky. Proof that it was something more than just the dirt and rain. Last house on the road says we were here again. We were here. Lights on in the window every night at 8. Not for me exactly, but to indicate that something human's present in this hollow stretch of land. Last house on the road, I'm making my last stand. Lights still on, still on. Last house on the road. Found a box of letters in my father's bottom drawer, addressed and stamped and sealed, but never walked to the door. 23 of them in order of the year, letters never sent, the things he couldn't clear his throat to say. Letters never sent, sitting in the dark. Letters never sent, closer than a mark. On any page he wrote, when he could bear to read them. Letters never sent, the words he couldn't free them. One was to his brother after the falling out. One was to my mother from a period of doubt. One was to me dated 1984. I was 9 years old. I'll never read that more without falling apart. We walk around with everything we mean to say, thinking there'll be time, thinking there's another day. My father's box of letters is the proof it isn't so. Letters never sent is how too many people go. I sat down that evening and I wrote out what I'd held, every unsaid thing my silence had withheld. Sealed them, walked outside, and put them in the box. Letters never sent no more. I picked the locks. Say it while you can. Say it while they're here. Letters never sent. Came to find you on a Tuesday in November rain. Didn't bring an umbrella, felt right to share the plain discomfort of the weather with the ground you're under now. Rain on my father's grave, I made a kind of vow. Rain on my father's grave, falling soft and true. Rain on my father's grave, I got things to tell you. Couldn't say them when you lived, not sure exactly why. Rain on my father's grave under a November sky. I turned out more like you than either of us planned. Found myself last Tuesday with my grandson's hand in mine, exactly like the way you used to hold. Rain on my father's grave, now the story's told. We were proud men, you and I, too proud sometimes to say the things that needed saying at the end of every day. I understand it now, because I've done the same. Rain on my father's grave, we both played that game. I forgive the things I swore I'd hold against you long. Not for your sake now, but mine to carry on. I stood there till my shoes were soaked and the light was thin. Rain on my father's grave, I'm your son again. Still your son, always was. Rain on my father's grave. Check the mailbox every morning, just in case. 6 years since I've seen my youngest face. postman knows me now by my particular look. The son who didn't write, Lord, that's the hardest book. The son who didn't write, I make excuses still. Tell the neighbors he's busy, working hard uphill. But lying to yourself gets easy with the years. The son who didn't write has cost me quiet tears. Don't know what I did or didn't do or say. Tried to trace it back to some particular day. Can't find the moment that it all went wrong. The son who didn't write was gone before he'd gone. I keep his picture by the lamp beside my bed. Talk to it sometimes just to keep the feeling fed. Tell him what the weather's doing, tell him I'm all right. The son who didn't write hears me every night. If you're somewhere reading this, I want you to know the door is what it always was, the light is on below. I'm not angry anymore, I'm just an old man here. The son who didn't write. I love you, boy, come near. Door's still open, lights still on.